Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Leilani. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial using the Saharan palette by Juvia's Place. I'm going to show you how to create this eyeshadow look. And yeah, before we get into this video, please do subscribe to my channel. I would be so grateful if you did. Please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy it. And please go ahead and comment down below any thoughts, what you think of the look, what you think of the techniques that I use, anything like that. So yeah, that is it for me. And now let's just get into how to create this eyeshadow look. Alright, so I already have my base on. I'm just going to go ahead and bake and put on eyeshadow primer, and I will be right back. Alright, so I am now baking, obviously, and I went ahead and put on eyeshadow primer on my eyelids. And the reason why you definitely want to bake with this palette, because there are some shades in here where, yeah, you're gonna get a lot of fallout, so just keep that in mind. I usually do my eyes first anyways, but for the sake of this video, for the sake of filming, I decided to just go ahead and do my base first and then go ahead and bake. So yeah, anyways, I'm just gonna show you this palette. First of all, can we just talk about this packaging? I now have 4 Juvia's Place palettes, and one of the main reasons why Juvia's Place is just, other than the fact that it's Black owned, the packaging is I love their packaging. Like, I just think it's so pretty. Here are the shades. Now, this palette is a palette that this is kind of adventurous for me, in the sense that I usually don't get a palette that has all of these shimmers. And you only have 4 mattes in this palette. This black, which is, oh, this black is amazing. I love this black so much. Then you have this like brown, which is, I swatched it and it literally like blended into my skin. Then we have this orange. It's like a bright orange, sort of, it's actually more muted than this orange. This orange is like super bright, but it's still pretty bright and it still looks kind of red on camera at least. And then you have this orange, which looks like kind of fiery and like really red. So as far as this palette goes, it's definitely a little more, you'd have to be kind of creative to figure out how to use this palette. So I thought it would just be great to do a tutorial for people who probably wouldn't know how to use this palette with just 4 mattes. But I think that you can actually use this palette pretty well, and you can use it pretty normally if you know what to do with it. So I'm just going to show you what to do with it. So the first shadow that I'm going to be using is this like burnt orange shade. I'm going to just put that in the crease. Just with a blending brush that's like this and not as fluffy as the other blending brush that I'm going to use to ultimately blend this shade out. This is more for just placing it, sort of blending it, but not fully blending it. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So as you can see, I just placed the shade sort of on the crease and then just down on the lid, which is fine. You'll see what I do when I do it. You'll see how I like put this look together, but just trust me on this, okay? Trust me. So as you can see, that first shade is on. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take another brush. I'm gonna take this brush that I featured in my last video. Yeah, my last video, I got this in Ipsy. And I'm going to use this brush and I'm going to go ahead and take that same orange shade and blend it out on the top. This brush is more for just really blending, and it's a bigger brush. So I more use it for the top of my shadows and everything like that, and for just blending shadows together and things like that. So I'm just gonna go ahead and take that shade and blend on the top of my eyelid. I like a more blended out look as when it gets more to the top of the eye. More like an ombre sort of effect, if that makes any sense. All right, so here is that first shade, Totally On, and I really like the ombre effect that I did using two brushes. I think that if you really want something like this where the shadow looks super blended but then pigmented once you get further down, I think that, yeah, you would want to use two brushes, and you would definitely want to use a fluffy, super fluffy brush like this one. So now for the next shadow, we're gonna go ahead and take, honestly, I don't know why, but this black is a black that I have never had in my collection. I have a few blacks in my other eyeshadow palettes, but this black, it's like super, super deeply black. I have other blacks that are more of, they're more grayish, if that makes any sense, and they're more just, they're not as pigmented and fully black as this matte black, and I really, really love this black. So I'm going to be using this just to smoke out my outer corner. I'm going to go ahead and take this brush. This brush has been on my channel since forever, so I'm just going to go ahead and just go in circular motions and not blend it into the crease. So it's just kind of going to be on that outer corner of my eye. As you can see, this shade is super, super pigmented, but also, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it very well, but there's a lot of fallout on this shade. So that's why I would definitely recommend that you bake or you do your eyes first, because this shade is super, it can have a lot of fallout. Now, as you can see, I'm kind of blending this black at an angle because I've seen a lot of looks where they have the black kind of at an angle like this instead of just kind of smoked out on the outer corner, and I thought it was really pretty. So that's sort of what I'm doing. They usually use smaller brushes and like really place it, but I just kind of wanted to do a look kind of like this. Now I'm going to go ahead and go back in with the same blending brush that I used earlier, and I'm going to go ahead and blend out those edges. It looks very editorial at the moment, and that's not what I'm going for. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend out that. Okay, so now that I've blended that out a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and go in with Senegal. I didn't even say the shade names, I'm sorry. Okay, so that orange shade that I use is called Jamila. That black shade that I use is called Chad, and then this beautiful gold shade is called Senegal. And I'm gonna go ahead and pack that all over the lid pretty much with a flat brush like this. With this shade, you're going to want to go ahead and just place it kind of all the way up to where that black ended. But we're gonna go ahead and blend that out, blend those edges out later. I know that people would probably usually do a cut crease with this look, and I actually did do a cut crease like last night with this exact look, but I thought that's a lot of work, and I don't know, maybe I'm just on crack, I don't know. Then you're gonna wanna kind of blend that gold in with that black. So I just kind of like sweeped it onto the black. And you're not gonna wanna put it in the inner corner. So just leave that part of the eye open. Now the key to this look is to keep this blending brush on hand, or whatever blending brush is like this that you have, and you're just going to want to keep blending out any edges that you have in this eyeshadow look. Yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend that out. Take some of that Jamila shade back on your brush and just go ahead and blend it out. Blended, not blended. I don't know if you can see a difference, but I can see a difference in my, oop, get that eyebrow hair. Okay, so now that that's blended, it looks so much better. Blending is key, guys. in your makeup, blend. Like, if you don't know how to, just blend. Just, if you don't know what you're doing, just blend. Blend, blend, blend. So we're gonna go ahead and take this brush. You're gonna wanna kind of clean it. I just clean my brushes with my hands. By the way, I got nails for the first time ever, and like, I'm digging it. Anyways, so the next shade that I'm going to go ahead and put in the inner corner is going to be the shade Zoya. And I'm just going to put that on the inner corner as kind of like an ombre. I really love the ombre look with shimmer shades. I think it's so pretty. So I just decided I'm going to do that with every single look that I do. So here we go. So we're just going to take that on the same brush and go ahead and apply it in the inner corner of my eye. So here is that Zoya shade, and it's so pretty in the inner corner. I really love it. Honestly, if I'm gonna be frank, when I was doing this look, I was like, this is about to be a train wreck. Like, once I put that black on, I was like, this is a mess. But blending, you see, blending. So yeah. All right, so the last step in my eyeshadow look is I'm going to go ahead and take that same orange shade, Jamila, and I'm going to pop that on the lower lash line. Just with this flat brush, the other end of my blending brush. All right, so here is the finished eyeshadow look, and I'm going to go ahead and actually apply lashes. I know I haven't done lashes, I think, on this channel ever, and that's because I couldn't do lashes. Like, I can't do a cut crease. I sort of can do a cut crease now, and I think I can do lashes now, so I'm gonna go ahead and apply those. And I'm also going to go ahead and do the rest of my face, and I will come back with like final thoughts, little chit chat, outro, all that good stuff. So I'll be right back. All right, so here is the finished makeup look. It took me forever and a day to put these lashes on. I had to take this lash off and reapply it, and I still think I look crazy. I look like Yzma from freaking Emperor's New School, and it hurt me, and I was like, I'm not gonna go down like that. I'm not gonna go out like that, so I had to redo it, and it was a mess. I just hope that I look decent right now. Lashes are not they're not my strong point. I have work to do when it comes to lashes. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that you like learned how to use this palette. I feel like this palette is you have to use it a certain way, and if you know how to use it that way, and you know, if you know kind of what you're doing, you could also, honestly, I have some ideas for this palette, because I was looking at it and I was like, it only has 4 mattes. I didn't even realize that it only had 4 mattes. And when I was looking at it, I was like, okay, how am I gonna do this? And then, you know, you could use this black as like an eyeliner. You could use this brown for a lot of different things. You could use this brown as concealer too, if you want to do like a cut crease, but like not really a cut crease. I think that it has some interesting shades in here, especially like this shade is really interesting. And then of course the shimmers are absolutely beautiful in this palette. There's no way of denying that. But you just kind of have to know how to use it. And so I hope that you got some inspiration as to how to use this palette. And yeah, that is it for this video. If you did like it, if you did enjoy it, please go ahead and give this video a big thumbs up. Comment down below what you think of the look. Please don't clog me for my eyelashes. Just let me breathe, okay? Let me live. Just comment down below, like, just whatever you think of the look, if you're going to try it out, what you think of this palette, anything like that. And please do subscribe to my channel. I would be so grateful if you did. And yeah, that is it for this video. Thank you again so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!